Welcome to the Joseph Chris Show. Today is on December the 15th, 2020, and the Christmas is just 10 days away this time. Now, yesterday we had the vaccine. There's vaccines. There are vaccines in the U.S. And President Trump once again lost the election. Now it's won, it's finished, it's over. Nothing they can do about it, just move on. Yesterday we heard the college electoral college that Biden has won. So now we are starting the vaccine yesterday, and now we're being told we had 300. This coronavirus pandemic had 302,689 deaths. Total cases are 16,651,589 total cases. And then this globally, you have 73,370,108 total cases, 1,630,610 deaths. That's a record high here in the global and including the U.S. But the vaccine begins, folks. The vaccine has been began just to look into just for yesterday. This day is, and it is, and it always will be. And hopefully it will change. It will change. It will beat the coronavirus pandemic. We're seeing more and more of it coming out for sure, but now for sure, nonetheless, the whole stuff. It's getting out. This whole coronavirus pandemic is getting out of control. But nonetheless, it is what it is. And also, this is how what has happening, what's going on, what ought to be. We have a whole mess going on, and they don't want to hear about it, and they don't want to, and they don't need to, and they don't care. But now the vaccines are doing very great, doing very well, and hopefully it will come back to normal here in the next fall, and the next early in 2022. But hopefully we'll be back to normal by the summer for us. We don't know for sure, but let's just hope so. Let's just hope so, people. We don't know. But then we have to. I don't think we should take their masks off and some things like that. Now the Pfizer vaccine are pretty great and pretty good and pretty strong and pretty fast. And thank the Lord we have a vaccine coming our way. And this time in North Carolina also. But it won't get through the winter. It will not get through the winter with all this kind of stuff. They have to fight hard. Now, as we have known now, the U.S. Food and Drug Administration staff recommending monitoring people who get Pfizer or Moderna's COVID-19 vaccine shots for possible cases of Bell's palsy, saying it's not necessary about Wolf reaching an effort after a handful of trial participants got to Condemn, which caused half of low face to drop. A 54-page staff report released on Tuesday said that there were 4 reported cases of Bell's palsy among moderates, more than 30,000 clinical trials participants during participants got Bell's patients who also receiving the vaccine instead of the physical shot. Process trial manuscripts have 4 reported cases of Bell's palsy out of some 40,000 participants. All 4 Bell's palsy cases in Pfizer's trial got the vaccine and not the placebo. The staff, which endorses the emergency use of Moderna's coronavirus vaccine, said there wasn't enough data to tie cases directly to the shots, but warning a close secretary. Now, 2 of the cases of Bell's passengers moving Moderna's vaccine has since resolved, while one was still ongoing at the time of the report. The FDA staff said the vaccinated participants experienced a pleuris between 22 days and 32 days following incommodity. They said, now Bell's, and that's the vaccine that they're getting. Now Bell's plans palsy causes in certain freezing or witness in a process financial muscles that temporarily for most people According to the Mayo Clinic, that's cause is it not? It's believed to come from either a viral infection or swelling inflammation in the node that controls the muscle of one side of the face. The Mayo Clinic said currently available information is insufficient to determine a causal relationship with the vaccine. The FDA stepped up. The FDA's vaccines and related biological products involving commitment meets Thursday to reveal Moderna's vaccine. It endorses Pfizer's vaccine a week ago, before the FDA granted for formally recognizing Friday to begin discriminating healthcare workers lining up at locations across the U.S. to get some of the first injections of Pfizer's vaccine Monday. Dr. Paul Roth, a fellow member of the FDA's Vaccines and Related Biological Products Advisory Committee, agreed that the condition is well monitored as the vaccine rolls out. He voted in favor of the recommending Pfizer's vaccine last week. I'm not dismissing that yet, he said in an interview with CNBC. When Mark submitted its data from its Rwanda vaccine trial, there were 5 cases of counter-such disease, but none in the vulnerable group. There was second fatalities, sanitary, and causes Rwanda to change its level to note the cases. But there was a small imbalances of cases in the vaccine group compared with a placebo. The FDA said it's not censored whether the drug contribution to the parallels because the number of cases was small and not more frequent than setting in the general population. There were no other notable patterns or numbers in place between treatment groups for specialist categories or environs and events, including autonacolizing, knowing informally, and joining events that would suggest a causal relationship to the mobile COVID-19 vaccine. FDA step one in a document. The FDA's guideline for the mobile vaccine issued Tuesday was smaller to the list requirement for Pfizer vaccine last week. U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention officials said Pfizer vaccine doesn't cause the condition. Dr. Peter Marks, Dr. Peter Marks, the director of the FDA's Center for Advisory Evolution and Research, says in an interview with JMA, JAMA, on Monday that the agency will be able to easily and quickly assess data on best passing cases once the vaccine are administered. A working hypothesis is this. Just was an embarrassment in background rates like we're seeing in other trials, but we'll make sure that we're going to actually qualify for that just to bring that question close, Mark said. And that's what he said. And that's what the vaccines do. That's what the vaccines do. It might hurt a little bit, but anyway, it will stick thread the needle in the elbow and then but it will hurt a little bit. So that's where the vaccines work. It can save lives. It can save lives. I'm not gonna say let's hope so, but the vaccines can save lives, let's it do. Let's it will. It will work. The vaccines are safe and well. And remember this, the whole when Joe Biden just said about months ago, when Joe Biden said that months ago, the whole I think he knows the plan that may work for sure. He knows the plan, he knows how to do it. Now, Joe Biden said, now as 300,000 people advised the death wise toll of 302,000 people. Now, high-ranking officials, including President-elect Joe Biden and Vice President Pence, are making preparations to get the COVID-19 vaccines, hoping to instill trust and confidence in the vaccine ahead of this widespread dissemination of distribution as the death toll climbs to new heights. Biden, who is set to be inaugurated on January the 20th, said Tuesday it was recommended that he'll get the vaccine sooner than Europe by infectious disease. Experts Dr. Anthony Fauci, who will become the Democrats' chief medical advisor. I want to just make sure we do it by the numbers. When I do it, you'll handle it, and we'll do it properly, Biden said. Now, Pence, the outgoing Republican vice president, and his team are for how and when he will receive a COVID-19 vaccine, and Andrew Prince told NPR's Tamar Keith. Now, President Trump, who has held the Spiel vaccine department as among his greatest achievements in office, has not publicly said when he plans to be vaccinated. A 2016 population of community of governmental protocols providers. Now, for executive branch leaders to receive the vaccine quickly, and public health officials has said the public demonstrators or elect leaders getting the vaccine can help Americans hasten about its safety, overcome their fears. But on Sunday, Trump tweeted, people working in the White House should receive the vaccine somewhat now in the program, unless specified unnecessary. I had asked that adjustment be made. I am not scheduled to take the vaccine, but look forward to doing so at an important time. Now, when asked on Tuesday about the possibility of timing of when the president might get the vaccine, White House Press Secretary Kelly McEllen will not commit to when he will do so now, whether he will do it publicly. She said Trump already made antibodies to the virus because of his treatment for COVID-19 in the fall, and he wanted to make sure that frontline healthcare workers and people who are vulnerable to get to the virus, get the vaccine first. McAllen said some senior administration officials will get the vaccine properly, with announcements on the plan coming in the next 3 days. Trump said, she said to Trump, we'll take the vaccine when health experts and his White House doctor tell him it's important. A recent report by NPR, PBS NewsHour manifest found that 61% of the medical plans to get vaccinated, up from 49 in September. And yes, the Trump administration made a point of fast-tracking vaccine development and the Food, Drug, and Drug Administration last week and resulting in emergency use of the vaccine development by Pfizer and Boehringer after endorsement by the International Panel and clinical trials showing 95% effectiveness. The first vaccinations in the U.S. began Monday, and on Tuesday, the FDA reported that a separate vaccine from drug maker Moderna was 94% effective overall. And so, like I said, this is here and now. This is where you get the vaccines here lately. How do you get the vaccines partly? So that's why. First, I'm not going to be getting the vaccines. I'm not going to get the vaccines, but they do. And I'm okay with that. I will say that that I will say if Joe Biden and Kamala Harris will be vaccinated sooner than later. Sooner than later. Now, and look, now this is what has happened now, folks. Now, says we're still seeing the Pfizer 95%, effectively 2 doses, 21 days apart. Still is 8 to 60 degrees Celsius in the 8s of 16, and the Moderna is the vaccine is 94.5%. So now I gotta say, what I gotta say is, folks, anything knows. We just know about this, and we just know about it. What Donald Trump just said that they need to get a vaccine. We need to get this vaccine in the White House immediately, right now, please. That's what Donald Trump just said. That's what he's saying. He was saying he need all the vaccines quickly into the White House. Okay, we're almost out of time here now. Now, like we said, now on CNN now, we just said on CNN, man, God help us all. Now, now the more continuing point now, let's see. Nearly 1/3 Black Americans remain hesitant to get COVID-19 vaccine, and study finds said. Now it says, as the first COVID-19 vaccinations are being administered across the country this week, Black Americans remain among the group that had the least confidence in the vaccine, according to a study from the Counseling Family Foundation. The findings come as the nation's top health leaders urge the vaccine by hosting live events when Black health professionals or more the first to receive an administrative. Now, the Counseling study finds that 35% of Black Americans will probably or definitely not get the vaccine if it was determined to be safe by scientists and widely available for free. Now, this right here, that's black adults. Now, this stage right now, the black adults are 35%, has upon Hispanic adults 26%, white adults 26%. And then you have Republicans 42%, Independents 31%, and Democrats 12%. Now, this is a really interesting. Of the Black Americans who are hesitant to get the vaccine, the majority of 71% said they were concerned about possible side effects, help avoid that they will get COVID-19 from taking the vaccine. And 48% said they had general distrust in vaccines. Other stories had noted that Black and Latino people could distrust in the federal government and the national history of the racism of the medical resource as key reasons for their inheritances. That's what they were looking for. And that's what they were looking for sure. Now, we're going to skip to it, and then it says, at some point, there's always that potential that COVID-19 could happen to you. And if I know there is a cure that could potentially save me from that, I think I will go for the cure. Went on CNN last month. Dr. Anthony Fauci recently acknowledged Dr. Kenzie makes a comment. A Black woman and one of the lead scientists who had developed the vaccine with hopes that it will convince the Black people to trust the process. So, the first thing you might want to say to my African American brothers and sisters is that the vaccine that you're going to be taking was developed by the African American woman, Fauci said at the National Umbrella League event early this month. That is just a fact. That is just a fact. Folks, I'm out of time, and I hope you have a wonderful day. I'll see you tomorrow. Till then, stay safe, everybody.